Hi, welcome to today's Piece of Peace. I've been starting these days off with a mindset of gratitude. So I'm writing out the top 10 of what I have, things that I'm thankful for in a season of things that are crazy and divided and uncertain. So my top 10 today, it correlated from yesterday into this morning. So we got to see our granddaughter last night, and that was great. What we gave her for her birthday was a tradition. We said her Opa and her Nona were going to start creating memories with her instead of buying stuff. So we thank goodness for family friends. They have at their home they have a handful of horses, and our granddaughter loves nays. She calls them nays. So our dear friend Jenny and her husband Steve and their three daughters allowed us to come over and bring her there to ride a little pony named Peanut and another horse named Slick. So it was very fun to watch her face. This was a great memory. She was so thrilled to be on these horses, and absolutely she has no fear. This seeing Nora's delight and her fearlessness was just something. And getting up on this huge horse compared to her itty bitty 3-year-old body, her huge smiles and her giggles, and her dialogue with Jen and the girls and Steve, and it was just sweet. And what a great memory. I was just very grateful for that. I'm grateful for that family. Having dinner with her and my son and my husband at just a local pizza pub, and hanging out with them and their lives. For Grace, I was grateful for Grace, for the police officer, my sweet husband, who did not know that there was a one-way, was kind of going down the wrong way for a very short distance, but got kind of pulled over. And the police officer gave him some grace, which was so nice. I'm grateful for that. Grace is so good, isn't it? When we receive grace, God's grace, anybody's grace, it's such a gift. Finishing my lecture and my test. I'm very close to being finished. My firstborn son saying yes to doing some things. We're trying to get our life stuff in order, and end of life things, so that our children know what to expect and who's going to be in charge of what. And when you have dying parents, you start thinking of these things. And when you have aging parents, you start thinking of these things. And I want my children to be prepared. But my oldest son saying yes to helping, and grateful for our staff meeting, and that the Lord's bringing a children's minister. Grateful for my coffee, my collagen protein, and my coconut creamer. I kind of say that I don't know. I really am grateful for it. And when I don't have it, it makes me think of the times when I can have it. I'm so grateful. And of course, my favorite part of the day is just spending that morning time with my King. And I speak to him all throughout the day, but there's like this set aside time when I first get up that he has all of my attention, and I have all of his. It's so sweet. It's my favorite time of the day. We are going to be in Psalm 90 today, Our Daily Bread. David Roper is the author of this particular devotion today, written in Our Daily Bread. You can download that app or order those online. He titles it, Do We Matter? And we're going to be reading Psalm 90, verses 1 and 2, and then jumping to 10 through 17. This is the living Word of God. And we get to read it and learn from it. What a gift. 1 and 2. Now this is a prayer of Moses, and it's written out in the Psalms here. Lord, you have been our dwelling place throughout all generations, before the mountains were born, or you brought forth the earth and the world. The length of our days is 70 years or 80, if we have the strength. Yet Their span is but trouble and sorrow, for they quickly pass and we fly away. Who knows the power of your anger? For your wrath is as great as the fear that is due you. Teach us to number our days aright, that we may gain a heart of wisdom. Relent, O Lord, how long will it be? Have compassion on your servants. Satisfy us in the morning with your unfailing love, that we may sing for joy and be glad all our days. Make us glad for as many days as you have afflicted us, for as many years as we have seen trouble. May your deeds be shown to your servant, your splendor to their children. May the favor of the Lord our God rest upon us. Established the work of our hands for us. Establish the work of our hands for us. Yes, establish the work of our hands. And David writes in the devotion, for some months now, I've been corresponding with a young man who's thinking deeply about faith. On one occasion, he wrote, we're no more than teeny tiny, infinitesimal blips on a timeline of history. We are no more than teeny tiny blips on the timeline of history. Do we really matter? Moses, Israel's prophet, would agree. Our days quickly pass and we fly away. Psalm 90:10. The brevity of life can worry us and cause us to wonder if we matter. Do we? We do. We matter because we're deeply, eternally loved by the God who made us. In this poem, Moses prays, satisfy us with your unfailing love. We matter because we matter to God. We also matter because we can show God's love to others. Though our lives are short, they're not meaningless if we leave a legacy of God's love. We're not here on earth to make money and retire in style, but to show God to others by showing them His love. I'm going to say that again. We're not here on earth to make money and retire in style, but to show God to others by showing them His love. And finally, though life here on earth is transient, we're creatures of eternity. Because Jesus rose from the dead, we'll live forever. That's what Moses meant when he assured us that God will satisfy us in the morning with His unfailing love. On that morning, we'll rise to live and love and be loved forever. And if that doesn't create meaning, I don't know what does. His charge was this: when have you struggled with wondering if your life counts? How does Psalm 90 help? And his prayer: I'm grateful, loving God, that I matter to you. Help me to share you with others. I wanted to draw some attention to the piece where it says, on that morning, we'll rise to live and love and be loved forever. And if that doesn't create meaning, I don't know what does. And on that morning can happen today while you're still here on earth. Because Jesus spoke about on earth as it is in heaven. So if we are drawing so close to our King, and we're tapping into that love, the height, the depth, the length, and the width, that establishment in His love, like in Ephesians 3:14-21, on that morning we'll rise to live and love and be loved forever. We can experience that on earth as it is in heaven today. And we could walk that out until we meet Him face to face. That brings us to Jesus Calling. This book is written by Sarah Young. You can download, she has an app for your phone. You can buy this book online. She writes from the perspective of God speaking to us. This is what today says. In order to hear my voice, you must release all your worries into my care. When I started my devotion in the morning this morning, it said, I had stopped because I wasn't even reading the word. I was just thinking about something that was going on with my son. And then I read this line: in order to hear my voice, you must release your worries into my care. So it was just like, okay, here's that, God. And please give me what I want to hear your voice, and I want to be in tune. So it doesn't mean like there's no shame when we are so distracted as human beings when we're trying to meet with our King. He's like, just come back here. He has love for us, no condemnation. Jesus died on the cross for all of it, and we get to just engage in the Holy of Holies with the Creator of the universe and the Creator of us. Huge gift. So I offered up what I was thinking about. In order to hear my voice, you must release all your worries into my care. Entrust to me everything that concerns you. This clears the way for you to seek my face unhindered. Let me free you from fear that is hiding deep inside of you. Sit quietly in my presence, allowing my light to soak into you and drive out any darkness lodged within you. Accept each day just as it comes to you, remembering that I am sovereign over your life. Rejoice in this day that I have made, trusting that I am abundantly present in it. Instead of regretting or resenting the way things are, thank me in all circumstances. Trust me and don't be fearful. Thank me and rest in my sovereignty. And that's today's piece of peace. God bless you.